Hey everyone, it's DQ Reads, and today being one of the last days of 2019, I thought it would be fun to film a video about what I read in 2019. So I'm going to read to you and show you what my year in books of 2019 looks like. Let's go. So in total, I read 19,336 pages across 67 books. And I'm currently rereading The Handmaid's Tale. So I'll actually have read 68 books because I am determined to finish my last book the last day of December. I'm crazy. I literally have book page goals for every day. So the shortest book I read this year was only 66 pages, and that was Mamie Welsh's A to Z of the Welsh Family. Now this was just more of a novella added into that series that I read. The longest book I read this year was Stephen King and Owen King's Sleeping Beauties, and I loved it. It was so good, and I'm genuinely considering rereading it again this year coming or at some point soon. It was super good. So the average length of my books was 288 pages. Doesn't really surprise me. The most popular book I read was The Five People You Meet in Heaven. I reread that one this year and read the sequel. And then the least popular book I read was The Space Between Us by Lally Napier. She is a local author to my area, and apparently only one other person has read this book as well, which is kind of weird. It's a pretty good book. She advertises them a lot, so that actually kind of surprises me how low that is. My average rating for 2019 is 4.5. Doesn't surprise me. I tend to rate books 4 or 5, the odd time 3. The highest rated on Goodreads was Dead Babies by Molly Stroud Smith, which is amazing because I mentioned her in a video, but she is also a new and upcoming author, fairly local to my area, and I'm very excited for her that her ratings are so high, and I think that's amazing. My first review of the year was On the Come Up. I don't review books very often. I don't do a written review of books all that often, so I mean, I don't even think I read this within the first couple months. I think it was in spring that I read this. And then this is my 2019 in books. It started with A Grand Old Time, went to Tricks and Traffic, went to Attachments, On the Come Up, Columbine, Eliza and Her Monsters, which I actually fell in love with and I was not expecting. Dead Babies, which I had read before and was a reread. Her Name Was Rose. I think I got that one like super cheap. I also read Brave Enough, which I was kind of disappointed in. Serial Killers, Up Close and Personal, Stephen King and Owen King's Sleeping Beauties, Samantha's Secret Room. That one I was super excited to read. It's an older but really local book to our area. Super interesting. The Space Between Us, All the Bright Places, and then I started into the Welsh Family series. Is really good, really cute. Then I went into Mitch Albom's The Five People You Meet in Heaven, and then The Next Person You Meet in Heaven. Went into Humans, A Brief History of How We Effed It All Up. Did the Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda, and then Leah on the Offbeat. Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and then I reread my favorite series, which is the Lorien Legacy series and all of its corresponding novellas. Next, I read The Haunted by an author my friend introduced me to, one who's actually not even into reading, so that's kind of crazy. And then I found The First Phone Call from Heaven from Mitch Albom, also an amazing book. Highly recommend that one too. I reread 13th Child after talking about it so much in a video. I really wanted to read it again. And then I read City of the Lost, the first part, which for ebooks, for whatever reason, is divided into 6 parts. Don't even get me started on that. And then I went on to read, I don't 100% know which order some of these are in, but I went to read A Beautiful Composition of Broken by R.H. Sin, my favorite poetry book, and then Crank, Glass, and Fallout, as well as I started into my Christmas read, which was Skipping Christmas. I did a whole video on that, highly recommend. What Light by Jay Asher, another Christmas read. And then to kind of finish the year and do some rereads, I ended with My Lovely Wife in the Psych Ward, and that's not fully done because I'm still currently reading something, which is The Handmaid's Tale. My last review of the year was Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls. Again, I don't really review that much, but this one I definitely felt that I should review it because it was not what I was expecting at all, and it was kind of a weird book. My reading goal for this year was 40 books and I read 67. So what does your 2019 a year in books look like? If you have a video on it, leave it down in the comments below. I would love to watch your video, or even just mention in the comments saying I have a video up about that. I will see you in my next video and I will talk about all things 2020 and my 2020 goals. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye. Happy reading.